perceive the movements breaking through our current moment. Will Mancini has seen a number of breakthrough moments in churches just like yours. Let his wisdom help you ride the wave of change. Because that's what leaders do. Finally, leaders play a major role in change. Leaders give courage and guidance to ride these waves of change. This is why the early adopters and early majority play such a huge role in the diffusion of innovation, whether it's Apple computers with people like Steve Jobs or the rise of contemporary worship through places like Calvary Chapel. We may be in one of those moments. It's a tumultuous time, and tumult is a catalyst for change. This is where Will Mancini and Cory Hartman's book can help us. In Future Church, you will read about the 7 laws of real church growth. At the heart of this is the question, what will you do with this ministry moment? Will is especially equipped to lead us in a moment like this. We are never going back to the status quo before 2020 and COVID-19. That much is clear. What is less clear is how you will lead moving forward. You will see not how to endure this season with a survivor's mindset, but how to lead your church to its greatest disciple-making capacity in its history. Since you are reading this book, you are thinking about the future. That's good. You won't get it all right, as my wife reminded me, but you can be better prepared for that moment of change. Will began writing this book before the pandemic hit to help leaders look at the next 20 years of ministry. This year's events only accelerate the need for principles like he explains. You can lead the people God called you to lead, and this book can help you lead well. Ed Stetzer, professor and dean at Wheaton College and executive director of the Wheaton College Billy Graham Center. Introduction. Every church's primary problem today. On a single day not long ago, I, Will, spoke in 2 different cities with 2 very different pastors who put their finger on the exact same problem. After 10,000 conversations with pastors, 2 simple and unexpected statements converged with spontaneous and unbelievable insight. The convergence was as rare and unforgettable as a solar eclipse, only the effect was not a literal blocking of light, but quite the opposite. The statements became a portal to see the future of the church. I spent the first half of the day with the 65-year-old pastor of one of the most successful Presbyterian churches in the country, according to attendance and giving standards, of course. This good man served the Lord well over his ministry and was now transitioning to a new life stage. Yet as he reflected on a lifetime of preaching, he privately expressed his quietly smoldering discontent about the condition of his church. "Will," he told me earnestly, "the church has got to be more than a Rotary Club with a choir." After this conversation, I hopped on a plane to another city. A 35-year-old newly minted lead pastor picked me up at the airport. He was still enjoying the favor that comes from the honeymoon phase of a pastoral tenure at his growing, mid-sized Baptist church. There was much excitement about the future in his congregation. In the car, I asked him about his #1 challenge. "Will," he replied, "I have to convince my people that church is more than a show on Sunday with a few hooks in the water throughout the week." And there it was, the beating heart of 2 passionate pastors testifying to the stopped heart of Jesus' mission in the organized church. The problem was not conveyed as a meteor-colliding crisis, but as the pervasive pressing concern. The short phrases revealed at least 5 metaphors for the church: business, club, entertainment, performance, and bait on a hook. I don't think the young pastor had ever been to a Rotary Club, and I don't think the retiring pastor had ever fished with a trot line, but they were certainly on the same page. 2 successful pastors, almost 2 generations removed in ministry experience, on opposite ends of the theological and stylistic spectrum, articulated the exact same problem. They lead churches that by all accounts are thriving, but they secretly suspect that many of their people have little clue about the church Jesus actually started. People come to church, but don't get church. The churches they serve feel like a pseudo-church. Something is missing. My conversations that day revealed to me an extraordinary